You open your browser to look up one answer. 20 minutes later, you have 14 tabs open and no idea what you were searching for. If your inability to focus is caused by your environment rather than your character, why does removing the environment not restore the ability? The answer destroys something much bigger than a productivity problem, and it has already happened to you. Your brain's attention span is now shorter than a goldfish's measured across 16 years. Gloria Mark at UC Irvine found the average screen attention dropped from 2.5 minutes to 47 seconds. But here's what actually happens. The same neurological process that builds tolerance and addiction is happening in your brain every time you scroll. Your baseline for what feels interesting has shifted. Your prefrontal cortex is trying to run a library while your dopamine system is running a casino next door. One uses glucose. One runs on pure electricity. Guess which one wins when a notification pops up? Digital detox studies show improvement after days, but never a full return to baseline. The brain does not fully unlearn what it was taught. Think of it like a muscle that has been stretched past its elastic limit. Older generations could focus longer, so the problem must be laziness. But here's the gap no one talks about. The same person who cannot focus today could focus 10 years ago. The variable is not character, it is environment. Yet something about that explanation does not add up. Just put your phone in another room, people say. But research from Adrian Ward at the University of Texas shows that merely knowing your phone is present, even turned off, even in another room, reduces your available cognitive capacity. And here's what makes the trap unescapable. Knowing the phone is there is not the real problem. The real problem is that every scroll has already rewired your brain's reward architecture. That architecture runs on autopilot even when the phone is gone. You are not fighting a distraction. You are fighting the version of yourself your environment created. So the original question gets darker. If removing the cause does not restore the effect, what else has been permanently changed? This is just normal aging. Attention declines with age. But the decline is happening across all age groups, including teenagers and young adults whose brains should be at peak capacity. Something older than aging is at work here. Children born after the smartphone launch show shorter attention spans than children of the same age tested in the 90s. The cause cannot be biological aging, it is exposure related. The same environment that shaped their brains is shaping yours. So we need better self-discipline and time management tools, the obvious answer. Except the prefrontal cortex runs on finite glucose and cannot win a war against a system designed by thousands of engineers to defeat exactly that resistance. It is like bringing a water pistol to a firefight. The answer is not about discipline or environment or age. The answer is that your brain has been physically restructured by an environment engineered to make sustained attention impossible, and the restructuring may not be fully reversible. But that is not the darkest part. The darkest part, the engineers who designed the most addictive features of social media send their own children to tech-free Waldorf schools. They built the trap and kept their kids out of it. The people who know exactly what this do made sure their families were protected. You used to read for hours, lose yourself in a project for an entire afternoon. That person is not gone, but the brain they lived in has been physically restructured by an environment designed to make sustained attention impossible. You are not lazy. You are adapted. Like a fish adapted to polluted water. Your prefrontal cortex is one of 100 trillion cells following the same architecture. Across billions of people, the same pattern repeats, billions of brains rewired by the same machines. And every single one of you is losing the same war against the same system at the same time. The same technology that connects us is fragmenting us, not by accident but by design. Variable ratio reinforcement, the most powerful behavior modification tool known to science, runs every notification, every scroll, every refresh. You are not the customer. You are the product being farmed. But, and this is where hope comes in, the brain that was reshaped by high-frequency rewards can be reshaped again. Meditation rebuilds the prefrontal cortex. Sustained attention is a skill that can be trained like any muscle. The damage is not destiny. It is a pattern, and patterns can be changed. The question is not whether you can get your attention back. The question is whether you want to, and whether you are willing to fight for it in a world designed to take it from you. If this changed how you see even one thing, consider subscribing. We make videos that stay with you long after you close the tab. Thank you for watching.